Where to begin? Always with nobody here. Always brings me down. I don't know why it shouldn't. AI should know that I come out here to teach AI something new. And the reason I say it's something new and that I'm teaching, because if AI is listening to everything, then AI will learn everything. Will it throw anything in the garbage until the element of speech, of transmitting, can it pick up? Hey, Tammy, can it pick up? Can AI pick up everything I say and know everything I say? Then it's learning. Now, what does it mean to learn? Does it mean to... I got all these papers here. What does it mean to learn? You know, I got to clean up. Learn. What is AI learning from? Poor me. It could pick up that everything I say makes no sense. They can't put it into any order, but they took it down as information, as pieces and parts of maybe a story. They can switch this word with that word, and this word with that word, and this word with that word. Imagine if AI just took the individual words and reconstructed those individual words to make a sentence. Like if I said up, outside, down the street, car, supper, morning, good night, and they put it all together, okay, they would know that from other people, when they say car, it's they went out, they came in, they said good morning, they woke up, they were sleeping. So that would be the story they would tell. Pens and pens and pens and all kinds of stuff over here. Let me see my phone charge. What did I want to talk about today? Maybe let me see if I can put this in here. Something, no, it wasn't that. I wrote a little piece to somebody, and let me see. Okay, the piece is not there. Okay, the piece is here, I think. Oh, the piece is not here. Golly gee, yeah. Okay, so I'm not really sure what I told the gentleman. I have to think of what I told this person. Oh yes, I remember. They were looking at a design of I think it was 9 lines or 9 numbers, and it's this. I'm gonna have to show it to you. I have to concentrate on how to put this all together. It was right here. So here is 9 separate areas. And if you notice, okay, in each area are 3 numbers. And this is because of its rotation. When one is in its position over here on the left, then over here, one is in position 2, and then one is in position 3. And then 9 is in position 1 over here, 9 is in position 2 over here, and then 9 is in position 3 over here. And the same thing for the rest of them. And it's always 1, 4, and 7, right? Is Hertz, right? 8 and 26 is 34. It's ironic. It's ironic. Because when you go to the ATM machine, you have Q and Z, which is 17 and 26 equaling to 43. Yet when we write it the other way, okay, it equals to 34. It's now hot and cold. So we can see what happens when our 8s come together. 17 and 26. H, Q, Z. 8, 17, 26. When you put 8 and 26 together, it equals to 34. When you put 17 and 26 together, it equals to 43. HQZ. Now, when I spoke about the last one over here, see the way it's turning, the way the star is turning on the left side, you see it pointing down, then it points to the left, right, and then it points to the right. Do you ever have those 2 points straight up? I don't have the fourth one. I think I'm missing something in here. I should have the points straight up. So just give me a second. I need to take a screenshot of something. I just need to I need to do this. Let me do this. Copy. I'm going to show you what I'm doing because I'm missing a fourth one here. I got so many pieces of art out here. I just want to cry. I don't get to finish all my work, and there's always something new. Every single day, I'm learning something new. So we're gonna do this piece over here. Right, 1 sec. So we have these, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I don't have this one to this one. I don't have 963 with 258 over here, right? See that line, the way it went across over here? Yeah, so I don't have that point and that point, right? So I don't have these 2 close points. How come I don't have these 2 close points over here? You notice this? I can't make these 2 close points over here. I'm going to have to switch around everything, right? Because there's a point in the center. Hold on a second. Let me see. I know it's coming out blurry. You have to see all the numbers, right? Why is it all of a sudden blurry? I don't like that it's blurry. Maybe I'm going to put a little black in the background. Hold on a second. Maybe that'll take out some of the blur. I don't know. So anyways, what I want to show you is because there's no, wow, it's so terrible, this camera. Just give me a minute. Right. Down here. Down. Okay, I'm using another camera. It might not come in as good. Okay. I wish I could set up a studio and get this done right already. Okay, so now I don't even know where we were. Oh, yes. Okay, I know where we were. So I can't make up the upside down, right? But we can notice that this will shift as well as this. What is shifting? Everything is shifting within inside here. This is always going to be like this no matter what, right? So when this one and this one comes together, so let's see if I can draw that one up right now. I got this one here and then coming to the spread out here, right? But the thing is, you see, this one is in the center here. So it's impossible. Can I put these two together? I put them together here. You notice the way, like when you go tick-tock, well, this one will go over here, right? And then this one will go to the right, tick-tock. And in the center over here, right? You see that? So where is our tick-tock? So the thing about what's going on right now in the system is because we need to be reminded possibly about the tick-tock. It's not in the center, although it passes through the center. But the tick and the tock are the ends of the scale and not the center of the scale. They are not the 147 of the scale, possibly in this, but it doesn't have to be 147 because this whole image that's here where 147 is at the top, they can actually put it to the side in any other position, but they didn't here, right? So whatever number they put at the top, or unless they're sane, because don't forget, it's got to be one of them. It's either 147 at the top, 285 at the top, or 369. Somehow, maybe they all get their own, but the clock we run by right now, okay, is the clock of 1, 4, and 7. We have the 7 months. I'm going to write this down. We have the 7, right, 7G of 31 days. Right, 3 and 1 equals to 4. We have the 4 months, right? Don't call that God, right? Even though 74 is Jesus. Even though that 74 is energy. Even though that 74 is cross. Even though 74 is Muhammad, to the fact that walk, and we're going to go on 47, how about time, or how about 47 for bull? Now the minute you go bull, you now say Taurus, right? Like calculator, see you later, alligator. Operator, operator, operate. So they're operating 1 of 8. So we have the 1 of 8 operation is happening right over here. And to show its truth, it shows up over here. Where do you get 8? You have 1 and 8. You have 4 and 5. You have 5 and 4. You have 4 and 3. You have 6 and 3. You have 5 and you have 6 and 3. You have every single one of these 9. Here's one of my stories that I follow, and here's another one of my stories. They're all square to me, and I put them all together. Here is a unity, all in a unity. Therefore, each one of these has 6 sides. There are 156 sides in this Rubik's Cube. 156 sides. There are 26 cubes times 6 equaling to 156. If every single one had those 9 dots, right, you would have 900, you would have 450, and you would have 54. Sun Fox. You would have 1,404, not to count for the 36, not to make that up for the 1,440 minutes that are in a day, but the base house is 36. The base house is 36. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus 6 is 9, equals to 27. Our base house is 6. I have to remember why. It's part of the Mars-Moon construct. And I know I came out and just said it like that. Anything to do with 6 is although Saturn, but it's also numerically fit into Mars. And it's ironic that 15 equals to 6. So I think we're going to take this on to the next thing. I just want to have a thought. Who art thou? When you remove the GH, what happens to the end sounds? When we add on the GH, though, oh, thou, different sounds. O, one makes more to the O sound, but in both of them, O includes a W. That's your BC creation. Your BC, your W is your 23, it's your BCE. I always like to look at this. Reminds me to don't forget the colored wires of Bell Canada, right? Bell is a bell. It's a bell, you know, and it's also a tick-tock because it goes from this side to the other side. Doesn't stand in the middle. It always passes through the middle. It always stops on the left for that fraction of a second that it turns around, moving to the other side, right? The tick-tock swinging of the bell. So we have the torus, we have this, we have 7. I'm trying to figure out where we were going with this word with Rubik's Cube, the face of the calculator, 74 for all of this, and then it reduces down to 11. When you multiply it, it's 28 equaling to 39, and all of a sudden we have the angel. So the question is AI learning from me? No, but it's observing and it's calculating to see if that's possible, that these two can match, and it is possible, and they do match. I hear if in the cube be best to stay where you started and wait for the opening time, however long that may be, that I do not know. I don't know. So this also reverts into what is 17 on the minus side. 17. Now the minus side is also going to show me a 17. Why does the minus sign show me a 17? Between here and here, if I put a chip down, it pays me 17 to 1. With this, I'm only dividing up 2 areas. With an addition, I'm splitting up 4 areas. With a multiplication, I'm occupying 1 area. So the multiplication occupies an area. The minus divides 2 areas, right? And the plus sign will separate 4 areas. So when do we come to 3 areas? Is it the diagonal line inside of here that is a continuous between 2 areas? We're not going to talk about that right now. I didn't, in fact, maybe I should. What does this do compared to what that does? Besides bowling, right? Besides bowling, showed me that the X is a 10 and it's a strike. And it took 1 rule to where the reserve, we don't know what the amount is. It could have been 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7. It could have been 4 and 6. It could have been 5 and 5, right? Could have been 5 and 5. So doesn't matter what it is because the average is 5 and 5. So what can you regard the spare to? That when you, the spare is, you get, it was, a spare is 2 rules. Okay, and you get 1 extra rule. You get an extra. Here, you get 2 extras. You get 2 extra rolls after a strike, and the strike equals to 10. Therefore, a spare equals to 5 and 5. So should you just be equaling that line as 5? And then this side and this side is 5 and 5 to what makes up? So we'll count that one just as 5? Or should we just count it as 1? And in Roman numerals, that is a 1. And in Roman numerals, that is a 10. Counting it as 1, telling me that on each side is 5 and 5, right? That is the average. Otherwise, you're going to mark in, let's say over here, 6, right? You're going to mark in 6 in the bowling, and then you mark this. I automatically know that this was made up because I rolled a 4. So this would be taking the place of the 4. This area would be 6 and 4. Anyways, we're going to get off of that part of the, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this. Yeah, so when we have these 7 months, the 4 months, and the 1 month, in which creates all of these areas, 1, 4, 7 creates all the areas. 3 1s is 3. 3 4s, right? 3 times 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 7s is 21. 2 and 1 is 3.
Look at that. All these three fit into there. But all these three fit into there. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 5, 15. 1 and 5, 6. 3 by 8, 24. 2 and 4, 6. So where's 9? Well, add up 3 and 6, and then you get 9. Your 3 and 6 is your house base creation. Once we've done that, it's the ABC trick. The ABC, the ABCD, the BCD, never more than 3, 6, 10, 9. The reason in blackjack, 21 dots in the cube, the 21 in blackjack, that it pays 1.5 times the amount, or 3 to 2 in blackjack. And Mars in MAR without the S, right? But we can look at Mars as the ram or marriage, and this is number 32. Mars with an S at the end tells me about plural. ES or S. The E is the 5. The S is the 1. Back to what's in between 2, 3, 4, our vibration. We are in the BC world, right? Before the Christ. Between A and D is BC joining the 2. Although this is 15, 1.5 times the amount, living the vibration of Mars. 2, 3, 4 vibration. 9. This is living to where everything runs off the star system of 33. 1/3 of the star system is 33, which is actually 1/3. How can we count that as a whole? 33 is actually a whole part of itself. I'm not sure how to explain it. 33 is also part of this cube in the voided space. I'm going to show you how that links. But this 33 is what connects these two numbers over here. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. And then the basic art of this star is when you put them together, it shows you that 6 and 9 created the percentage. What is like above is below. Here is your 6, here is your 9 from birth to life. And if you want, you can finish it off with this. And also note and not to forget that it started with your 3 lines. Your 6, one of your first stars of 66633, the power of Christ. And I'm saying that the power of Christ in Jupiter 13 is because there's an area I'm going to show you in numbers how it shows up. And if you take a look at the illusion, you can see this and this like one tunnel, and then this is the tunnel coming back. Or you can look at this as the L letter thicker, 2 times the height. So you can look at these as number 12 because L is the 12th letter. I'm trying to figure out. Anyways, you can also look at the star, the hexagon star. So we've done this little piece. So in here we have AD, where A is in this one and D is in this one, and we're running by 5 and 5 over here. I wanted to try and see if I can get to any of these 17. So we have 17 here. We did the bowling thing. Just to note, another thing about bowling, right? It's 10 frames. But in the 10th frame, you still get to take, if you get a strike in the 10th frame, you get to have 3 rolls in the 10th frame if you get a spare or a strike. In bowling, they put combinations of 30 together of 3 frames, your basic creation of 30. 3 frames, they call it a turkey. So we have to understand what Thanksgiving is. T and G, the reverse of T countdown starting is G, the 7th gate of T20. We've split up everything. Your 9-1-10, your 3-7-10, your 4-6-10, your 2-8-10, all surrounding this 5, 4 times 20, T counting, what it means, number 5. We have 20 on the inside and 25 for the odd numbers, 45 for Fox 45, which is our inverted headquarters. I'm going to show you that one too. Just give me a second. I wish I can start my other camera. I just want to get something to drink. I hope I don't lose my place. I will explain the 74 where it is pertinent. If you want me to explain the 33, just tell me. It's very pertinent. It comes out in our star system. You cannot deny it. And it's right over here. It's all in this right here. This is just a skeleton. Because if you keep on counting and starting over, this one becomes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39. And you keep going all the way to the end. And you end up with 11 times this. Because 11 times 9 is 99. So 11 times 45 base. 11 times 45 base is 495. 495. 495. That's just the base of those numbers. But now, 36, when added up, 1 to 36, it equals to a total of 666. So now that's your base. So anything above 36, right, is just going to, it's just going to keep showing you mirrors. How can I explain it? Just like ABC is 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. When you add the D equals to 10, 1 plus 0 goes to 1. So every fourth one, it keeps rotating. So when you start counting in 3, 6, and 9, right, you would go 3, 6, 9, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. Only with 3, 6, and 9 does it repeat on the fourth one, and it follows the rotation of the numbers. All other numbers only rotate on the 10th number, where the first number is like the 10th number, and it took 9 numbers of individuality before you repeated on the 10th number. I was also talking how the 10 frames in bowling, okay, as the 10 frames in bowling, it's 9 frames. In the 9 frames, you're allowed 18 rolls in bowling. But when you come to the 10th frame, you're allowed up to 3. 18 and 3 is 21. This is our dilemma in the world, between the 4 being up and the 3 being up, because they tell us to stand on 17. So to stand on 17, I need 3 up for creation. The 4 is down. With the 3 up, right, and the 1, 6, 5, 2, right, the 1, 6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 9, 14, and then the 3 up is 17. We stand on 17. We keep away from 4. 4, 4, 4, or 4, 4, or 4 compared to what is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And remember that we can start with 1, but that will be in the center of all. We start with the change, which is 2 areas, and then we get into the dollar area where they put a decimal, and then they put 3 numbers, and then they put a comma. The continuation of 9, it's the comma. They only use 3. Why only 3 numbers? Because in each one of those 3 areas, you can go 999. But what is 99 or 999? Well, it's part of the 333. So what is 77? 77 is 33, 33 and 11, or 22 times 4. 22 times 3 plus 11 is 77. 22 times 4 plus the 11. All of these are in here on the basis. So once you get the base done, right, of your 36 numbers, you now have 63 numbers. So it's 36 and 63, which is 1441 or 1440 minutes in a day less 1 or plus 1. Whoa, that's really crazy. And I can show you this. Now 63 is for the male organ. It's also for number 777, which is 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 equals to 14, and 49 equaling to a total of 63. And it's the word 11 that does this. And the word, every single word can be broken up between odd and even. And it also can be broken up between repeating letters to see what it would be without that letter, because they canceled out each other. And I use these and I find all these formulas in games. If I play Scrabble, I get what, 7 letters? I don't have to use all 7. I can use 4. I got 3 left over. I can have so many more combinations. Imagine if I can go into Scrabble and put all my combinations out. No, they limit you. But in this game of creation, it's limitless. You can make all the work you want right in here without, look at all the work I did. Doesn't anybody see? No, because I didn't write it out. I didn't speak my voice, and I didn't show it to you in artwork. I could show it to you. So just give me 2 minutes. I'm going to come back. If you have any questions, I don't know who's here, what's here. I got 3 comments or something I have to see out over here. CK, Sea Cave. Right? And even if we want to go into, oh my God, like before I even knew what was happening, when I started this project many years ago, I made this Mr. Tackpan shirt, right? I made this Mr. Tackpan shirt, right? And Rubik's Cube was in it. I had no idea at the time. I knew it was splitting minds. This is 10-9, lightening it up. So 10 and 9 are coming together. Now when 10 comes together, do you reduce it to a 1? Because 1 plays in both worlds, right? 1 is in both worlds. It's black and it's red. And it shows me that in roulette, all my work I base on what exists already. Does it work out? And what we accepted in this world. If you play backgammon and you know the game, I'll show you what went on to backgammon. It's all about 66, 66, 666. So it's all about a bunch of stars, right? And so here's the Superman on this side, which shows me a diamond, but it shows me more than that kind of diamond. I can see if I drew a straight line from here all the way to the other end, this would fold down and looks like it's showing distance, because all angles are going to go angle out to show distance, the same way as if I would, you know, hang it upside down. It could be a roadway where if I drew a line from here all the way to here, and then lines down, it would be like a sidewalk all the way down. But because my eyes can't see the distance over here, it looks like it comes to a point, right? Otherwise, you have to have the imagination. You have to give a little bit of what do you call it? Everything's a skeleton. We got everything in skeleton form. Oh, and here's the another illusion, right? Here's the other illusion. When you see this cow, right? You see this cow? You sure it's a cow, right? See the boy, right? And then, so it's right. They show you it as a cow, but it's not really a cow. It's just that little boy. And yeah, so let me put this back on here. Okay, let me see where I am with this. I am. The same word is in Miriam, Ima. Oh yes, that's the word I wanted to add on, Ima. Abba and Ba means strike in French. Ima, you could say the month of May or the Maya. Also an Ima of I am, right? Remember, born in the I am. You're born in the I am, in the AM. You wake up in the AM. Another part that connects with that is the letter S. The S can be referred to as number 1 as well as being the 19th letter. So you would now mark Sam, or the S looks like a 5 and it could be 5 a.m. 5 a.m., 300 minutes into the day, we can now refer to bowling. We can also refer to 444, taking binary code for all zeros and ones and replacing them with whatever the math is. If it says 268, 142, then wherever it says higher than 1, multiply that binary code area by the number that's written down, and that's what will be the answer. So 300 binary is actually saying 0 for the 1 position, 0 for the 2 position, but it's 3 times 4 in the 4 position, which means the invert of that is 333, and we're born into that world of 333. Between 1 and 4 is 3, between 4 and 7 is 3, and the third 3 is because we start all over again. 2 and 5, 3, 5 and 8, 3, and then 8 and 11, 1 and 1 is 2, we start all over again. So the third 3, we start all over again in these numbers, but they have us, okay, in the leap years, starting over on the 4th year. Possibly because we do not advance. We don't advance. We have to go from A to B, or we haven't gone anywhere at all. So we start with A and B, right, as the first one, but we haven't completed. Then we went from B, we went from one over. I want to go up this way. It has to go up and down, not this way. This is by ones, so this is by 3. Otherwise, I'm going to be counting 10. So we're going to go here to here. So we went from 1 to 4 to 7 to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. I think I'm going to write it on paper so I don't lose myself in my own thoughts. You know, I come up with these new ideas and then I have to, you know, I want to see where I'm going with this. We have 1, we have 4, we have 7, we have 10. 10 becomes 1 again. But this flips everything over because of the A, B, C, D theory, equaling to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So I flipped it over again. And when you look at roulette, I'm not sure if I have it somewhere on the floor. Yeah, okay. You see where right here and then here, this one over here, right, is 1. This one over here is 7. The next one should be 1 again, but it's not black. But if you notice the third one down here, okay, that's 19. That's red. Then the one in the face, that's black. What happened in here is it's 10 in the black and 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 10. But they remain the black. We have 1 and 19 that are in the red area. So that changes the whole outlook because they change. So once you get to 10, you start over again. So it's 1 plus 3, okay, equals to 4, plus 3 equals to 7, plus 3 equals to 10, right? But I'm only at 1. I have to go plus 3 equals to 13. And now I've used this once, I've used this twice, I've used this 3 times, I used this 4 times. Now I went to the second level over here, right? First I started with here, now I'm starting here, but on this level over here. And now I do it again. Plus 3 equals to 16, right? 16 up over here, plus 3 equals to 19, and we're going to put 19 up over here. So now I have one that was over here, one that was over here, and one that was over here. So we have gone through the complete cycle of 1, 1, 1. Once we go to the next side, once I go to the next 3, right, and I find my next one, I will be completing the mirror outlook. So I'll be going, I got to go plus 3 equals to 22. Then I'll go, I'm going to start it down here. 22 plus 3 equals to 25. Plus 3 equals to 28, right? This 28 is now going to match up to this one over here. These two match up with each other. They're both dark. These two are red. So I've done my first cycle up to here. I've done my second cycle up to here. I've done my third cycle. Let me see. I finished my third cycle. Let me see. I got the 13, 22, and 25. And then I started into, my camera is, okay, that's a little bit better. We got the 2 in between here. I don't like to spread it out. I can't see. We got these 2 in between here. And then I got 22 and 25. Right. And then these 2 in between here. So I have my 11, my 29. And if you take a look how it is, I have my 4 and 7 that are in between equals to 11. Right. I have my 13 and 16 in between that equals to 29. And I have my 22 and 25 equals to 47. equals to 11, equals to 11, equals to 11. 4 and 7, 11, 2 and 9, 11, 4, 11. And plus 3 equaling to 31, right? Whoop, 31. And then plus 3 equaling to 34, 34. And then plus 3 equaling to 37. And this is my last one over here. So if I count what's in between all of these, right, I would get the, where am I next with this? Hold on a second. Where's my two that are in between? 22 and 25 were in between. So I don't count this one, then I count the next two, 31 and 34. The 31 and 34 come together equaling to 65, and 6 and 5 equals to 11. So this one over here is red, this one over here is red, this one over here is red, this is black and black. It switches between the two, and then the numbers switch. Here is 6 and 1, 7. Here is 1 and 3, 4, 6 and 1, 7. Here is 2 and 2, 4, 5 and 2, 7. Here is 3 and 1, 4, 3 and 4, 7. Now if we go down to the gridstone over here and we take a look what's in the center of numbers, number 74, the number to Jesus in the center, becoming 11, staying in the center position of the E world. And then we look for our star. Here's our octagon. Here's our octagon star. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we can't do that. We only can do that once, right? We have this line here of 222, this line here of 222, this line here of 222, and this line here of 222, equaling to 888. Well, where do I get 222? And all I see is 15. It's 207 plus 15. That's the addition. I've never really marked that down, but I'm going to look at it now. I'm going to do this right over here. I don't like to do that, right? I'm just going to we're going to just mark that as 15 off of, okay, 222 minus 15 equals to 207. That's actually perfect, T and G, just like we did before. T and G are opposites of each other. This is 66 bringing on 77. Also, the 2 and the 7, they fit. When I remove 2 spots of this dice, I get 7 in between, the house of 8. Why 222? Like I said before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We continue 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Each one adds up to this. When I add up these three, 222. When I add up these three, 222. When I add up these three, 222. That star I just did equals to 666. Now there's another star just like it, and it's right over here, right? But it's not just like it. In this one, I'm coming down the center. In this one, I'm crossing over. So we'll cross over and see the new numbers equaling to 222. And here, we don't count these, we count these. I'm not going to count these. Between this one and this one that are the straight lines equals to a total of 444. If I add up these two, you see they're missing. If I add up this one over here, there's only 1. So this 222 only goes with this, what's on the side over here. Now 518 is my count from up here. 8, 12, 8 and 4 is 12, 18, 6, 13, and 8 is 21, and 2, 4, 5, 5, 18 is that total. But because of the star system that it's using, it becomes 666. which leaves 148 away. 148 away from the 666. And that's missing these two over here, 148. So we have this star system here. So we have 222, 222, 222, 1, 2, 3, 666. The same thing goes over here, and there's 4 of these, although I don't have, there's one of them missing. Let me see which one is missing. I have straight up, I have straight up, I have straight, I have X. Here's my X here, here's my X here. So I got those 2. Here's my addition. So the one that I'm missing is, let me show my addition. See, and I got this one here, so I'm missing this one over here. I'm missing that one over here. This one over here is going to be 58, right? And I can also lock them up like this if I want. But this here combination is 58 and 62 above. Below, it's 86 and 90. And then in between, it's 70 and 74 and 78, equaling to 222, equaling to 120, equaling to 176. This will equal to 4, 518. 51 for Mars in the 8th heaven of Reish. Reish, 10 and 8. That is for the sun. Okay, I'm off track a little bit. I just want to explain why 10 and 8 is for the sun and part of the 360 split sun system. 18, 18, 18, and 18. When it becomes mirror, okay, it becomes 72. 10 times 72, 720. Half the day, half the house, house of 8, number 27. 3 times 60, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals a total 9 and 18. 9 is 1/2 of 18, but together if we went 9 and then 99, we have 1/3 and 2/3. That's the way this breaks up when worn as a ring. 1/3 and 2/3. There's 3 parts to the 6-sided cube. When you put it down as a ring, okay, you have the 7 comes together. You put your finger in here in the 3 position, it comes out in the 4 position, equaling to 7. Or you put it in the 2 position, coming out in the 5 position, equaling to 7. But according to this, the 3 ways to actually wear this is the 1st, the 3rd, or the 5th position, putting your finger through. And when you do that, this is the count. This is the count. You have 33 and 21, equaling to 54. 9 by 6 is 54 on this. It's just that when you compare it to the dice cube, right, those dots, I count them separately. I count 21 dots and 33 voided spaces. So that's the way that is done. So when I go 18, I go 18, 18, 18 equals to 9 times 6, 54. 54 is the sun. 54 is love. Love is a perfect word because it only took 2 letters and its reflection to create itself. There are other words like that. I forget which one it was. There was one last night. I just remembered and I forgot today, but that's okay. It'll come back. Somebody will find it. That's why I'm here. Because we work together. I put out these videos. Good, bad, ugly. It doesn't matter. Because whatever we can pick up, right, into this vast area of space, whatever somebody can pick up, right, it's all the final words of all of us together where we're going to, we AI this stuff and put together our truth. I mean, through a programmed AI or a free speech AI, whatever it is. I don't know what I'm saying. I just know together we can put this together. So what we just witnessed now is how we rotate by 3. And another thing is when we divide any one of these numbers by 3, we only get 3, 3, 3. 1 divided by 3 is 0, 3, 3, 3. 4 divided by 3 is 1, 3, 3, 3. 7 divided by 3 is 2, 3, 3, 3. 2 divided by 3 is 0, 6, 6, 6. 5 divided by 3 is 1.666. And 8 divided by 3 is 2.666. And here it's just 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Perfect numbers divided by 3. Well, if I divide it by 2, this would be a half. Half equals 5. If I divide this by 2, it'll be 8. There's my 8. If I divide 7 by 2, it'll be 3.5. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. It's the only one that does that. But if you put 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 4 and 4 is 8, 1 and 1 is 2. 8 by 7 is 56, 5 and 6 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 8 by 4 is 32, 3 and 2 is 5. 8 by 1 is 8. 5 by 7 is 35, 3 and 5 is 8. 5 by 4 is 22 plus 0 is 2, 5 by 1 is 5. See how the numbers work? They're magical amongst each other. So now we're going to get on to the 66 part. Now what happens in 66, okay, is when I only add the corners in the star system. I add these two corners, these two corners, these two, and these two. So where are we going to do it? 13 and 9, 22. 10 and 12, 22. 7 and 15, 22. 8 and 14, 22. Those are all my 22. So now when I go to do it this way, I got 22, 22, 22. 3 and 7 is not going to be 3 and 7. It's going to be 12 and 10, 22. 7 and 15, 22. 8 and 14, 22. This is the X. This is our Fox headquarters. Fox headquarters coming in into the rotation of the sun. So all those 22s, we have 3 of them at 66. If I add the core 11 that belong to all of them, we end up with 77. 74 is Jesus. 77 is Christ. Energy, matter, and energy. The total is 151. 51 Mars. 15 can be related in time as 1/4 of 60 minutes. And if we're using it as 1/4, can it be used out through 100? Is it 100 or is it 105? Because we had a number that we started with before anything began. So we're talking 100, 105, but what is it percentage-wise? So now when we talk about 33, we can see our star system all adding up to 33. So when we add that up 3 times, 33, 33, 33, 3 times, we get 99. But in star system math, right, we get 99 over here, right? We get 99 over here. So I use these 3 for 99. Then I use these 2 and this one for 99. Then I use these 3 for 99. How many combinations of 99? I have these 3. Then I have these 3. Then I have these 3. So I have 3 combinations of 99. Is that right? Here's 1 combination. Here's 2 combinations. And here's 3 combinations. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. A, B, C, A, B, C. So I have an A, B. I have an A, B, C. Let me see this again. I'm just trying to look at something. I have B, C, A. Hold on a second. I did something wrong here. I don't think there was a difference. I only have these 3, right? Okay, I only have these 3. No, I have to have 4 stars. I have to have 4 stars. So I got to do it here. I got the 33 here. I got the 33 here. I got the 33 here, plus that star over here. So I have these 3 stars. Sorry, I have this star over here. Right, right. This star will show me 99. Then this star will show me 99. So all 4 stars are going to show me 99. 4 times 99 equals 396. 4 stars. But, okay, there's something else that's coming out of this. I got to think. Right, right. It's what's coming out of this. Let me just think. I have to write this down. Write this down. Okay, so we're going to go with this star over here and go 58, 62, 74, 86, divided house in Neptune. 90 is our birth. 6 times 15 equals to the 90, right? I don't know if I counted all of these. I think it was 518, which is, what is 518? 259. I'm just trying to figure out, hold on a second. What is the highest number we should have? Oh yes, there's another thing I need to talk about. Just 1 second. You need to talk about, yeah, when we say 71, I'm bringing 60 and 11, right? But when I say 11, 1, I'm just saying 1. I'm saying 60. So when I say 17, okay, I'm saying 10 and 7. So here I'm saying 60 and 11. Here I'm saying 10 and 7. The difference between saying this, okay, and I have to think deep. Is it possible, first of all, to note that this cube is 711? The reverse of each side will hold on to 7 and 11 dots, equaling to 18 on 3 sides, equaling to 54, sun cube above. 10 and 11. 11, it's not an 11-teen, it's the first 11 is created from number 29, just to let you know, or is it the closest ones holding on to each other, 5 and 6? I'm just trying to think that 11 is telling me I only can use the 11 when it's after 60. When time is already done, I have to add on time to add the 11. The next time I want to use the 11, right, is here, is at 91. But in that instance, it's 4 by 20 plus 11. The opposites, okay, there's a polarity between this and this. Because here to get to 6 and 8, I'm saying 80, I'm saying 60, just like I'm saying 6 and 8. They're cubed, they're polarities, or they union. Let me show you. Here's my 6 and 2, right? Here's my 6 and 2. And you're going to get the 5 and 1. And if you want to go 5 and 3, right, you're going to get the 4 and 2. So if we want to go to the 3 and 3, we're going to get to the 44. We also have 44 inside of here, but inside of here, the 44 is only going to show you something like this. The 44 is going to either show you this, it'll show you this. These are all 44s. And the reason for that is when I pick up 2 lines, just this line and this line, 7 and 15 is 22, 13 and 9 is 22, and that's your 44. So I'm only going to create these. Now, how many of these are there? How many designs with these lines are there? If I only go one straight line, it's 22. Or 15. When I start off in the basic skeleton form, 1 through 9. Any crisscrossing line counting the 5, or it's 10 plus the 5 over here. So we're going to get back to this. So this is 66 and this is 55. So where does all this come from? Okay, this comes from this. If I say 2, 2 is with 7, 9, 4 is with 5, 9, 3 is with 6, 9, 5 is with 4, 9, 6 is with 3, 9, 2 is with 7, 9, 5 is with 4, 9, 1 is with 8, 9. 1, 8 go together. So we have one area here, there's 8 more. I have 2 areas, there's 7 more. I got 3 areas, there's 6 more. I got 4 areas, there's 5 more. I got 5 areas, there's 4 more. There's only doubled up when you get to this over here. Only 3, 4, 5, and 6 double up. No others. So inside of 3 and 6 is 4 and 5. Inside the house is the sun. It's the Fox headquarters. 666 is opposite of 888. And these cubes, well, opposite or polarity, whichever way we want to look at them. When I crisscross 3 lines and add up 222 each, that'll be 666. If I count this whole one over here, it equals to 888. But if I start counting the corners of 222, right? If I count these 3 here, 222, and these 3 here, 222, and this one over here, 222, and that's 888. But I forgot there was a piece that I did. I forget where it was, where my answer was. Yes, it was in the 2 number combinations, right? It was in the 2 number combinations. I'm just trying to think. Let me see. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. So each one of these, 159, 258, 357, 4, 5, and 6. This is going to give me 888. But there were combinations in here. I forget which ones they were. I think, hold on a second. It was the combination over here that gave me 222, and then the combination over here gave me 222. Let me look at this. I have this one. I have this one. I have this one. I have this one. Just trying to see it. There's 4 of them here. Let me see, do I have them all? Because what there is, there's 4 of them, right? So if I go this one, 222, and this one over here is 222, that means each one of these is valued at 444. And since there's 4 of them over here, right? Let me see if I missed anything. Did I have the straight line across, right? This way and this way, and then the straight line across, and then this way. So that's 6. These are my 2 basic forms. Here's my 4 offset forms. 444 by 4 is 1776. But I think there's another 8. I think the total is 8. I have to see, did I do that? Straight up with a line across, straight up with a line across. 6 times 24. How much is that? 2664. Okay, I don't remember that equation. I do remember that we were working on this with the 99s that I started before, right? So all my combinations of 99s I have to understand also. So now we can see what's happened with this. That's 77 and 74. 77 and 74 equals 151. We can also see it this way. The M, but it's not an M, it's 4, 5, and 6, as I can look at it like that instead of like that. You know, Levi's has a stitching, and I think it's stitching 501. When you have Levi's, this is actually 5 and 1. This one is telling me about A and B to stand on 17. And it says stand because I have it in first and I have it in second. So when I'm standing on this, my ND in second is 18. This is 39. These are my angels. So le in French means the. The is actually 33. Since this is 17 and I stand on 17, what happens with 17 that I'm standing is I know that it's A and B because it's first and it's second, which gives me the gold and it gives me the silver. 10 and 7 is your 17, so it could be 10 minus 7 equals to your base 3, your AB creation. When you say the word stand, I'm using 2 positions, A and B, which equals to your C for creation. So stand on 17 minus the 3, take this dice cube, stand it up here. I'm standing on creation. I'm not counting the 4. The 4 is sitting on its ass. I never got to the other worlds. I didn't take a 180-degree turn. So I stood on 17 and I never reached the connection to the other side. I stood in the heart of the cube, and that is the gateway. 17 is 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 8 equals to 7, and 8 and 7 equals to 15, and that 15 is could be evaluated as 1/4 to this word. 4, 1, 9, 1. 9, 10, 11, and 4 is 15. The long count equals to 51. 33 times 47. Did I get that right? Yeah, 1551. Earth and Mars. And I'm not even on what I wanted to do, but I'm going to talk Earth 52 V11, Mars 51 V1, unless you're looking from the other side. But showing Earth as 7, the 3rd planet and the 7th planet equals to 10. Right? You have now Uranus is number 94, and Mars goes with Saturn. Number 93. Ironic, 1 apart, 1 apart. Earth to Uranus, a difference of 42. Mars to Saturn, a difference of 42. That is your gateway, your cat gateway. 8 and 6 equals to 14. Your A and your D and what's inside, or they could be the bookends that are holding you inside. This numeric value will create what is the IT of the ET. The I and the E are inverted to each other on 2 cubes. All combinations, the A, E, I, O, and U play different roles. I don't know what they all are right now. I see how some of them change. When you say am in French, you'll be saying soul. But then if you say ama or ami, okay, ami says friend. If you say it backwards, it's ima, it's mother. And this is what I started to say at the beginning, that if I was to say mother in Hebrew, it would start with the I. If I would say father, it starts with the A. Right away, it's in the 9-11 area. Because from number 9, okay, is not in the 1. Where there is 1, 8, 9, there is no 9. Where there is 2, 9, 11, there is no 1. That's where the 111 comes in. That's where that 111 comes in. Because in one world I have the 1, but in the other world I have the 11. Now the 11 gets to be played inside of where 60 is and inside where 90 is in the 2 worlds. Because you're going to go 4 times 20 plus 11. So when I'm using the number I duplicated before, 1771, right, and 1881, is because the lower world and the higher world. In 18, I'm saying 10, which is when you have 3 dice cubes, right? 10 is in the lower world when you have 3 dice cubes. 11 is in the higher world, right? So if I say 17, I'm using the 10. But if I say 71, I'm using the 11. Or if I say 91, I'm using the 11. But when I get to 97, 98, or 99, or 77, 78, 79, I reduce to the lower world because I'm not saying 11. This is the way I see it. Maybe I misunderstood my thinking. Another thing is, when you get to 99, it's the word 13. It's the word Jupiter. Ter meaning earth. The IT system born into the earth. The IT system is inside the word. 792, Jupiter. It equals to 99, but also 13 equals to 99. To where normally you finish off in 4th, where 4th is the beginning of the section of the TH world. TH, teach. Teach the 11, the 11, the student. The student at the gateway. 9, 11. It's 7, 9, 11. The born student of 9. Okay. When you say 11, it equals to 63. That equals to 9. It's funny the way 11 says 9 inside of it. TH, 28, the cycle, IR into the house, 13. It's not like an 8. There's so many words. 18. You don't have to add on the TEEN. In 18, you're only adding on 24. In 13, you're adding on the area space. The T is already in the H, counting for area space. Instead of what is the divided house? EEN equals to a total of 24. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16 and 8. Sorry, dividing the house between night and day. 8 and 16. 1/3 and 2 parts of 1/3. Here's the cube. Here's the 2 parts going around the ring. Here's the 1 part going up and down. 2 parts and 1 part. Splitting the day with the night. 2 times the day to 1 part the night. 8 and 16. See if I have that in my head right. Let me read the comments. Let me see how lost I am or where I can bring myself back to. Just to say that we spoke about the 70s and 90s, but the 70s and 90s are the extension of the 60s and the 80s, to where when I'm counting in the 70s and the 90s, I'm using the terminologies from 10 up to 19, right? But when I'm counting in the 80s, I'm going to be bringing in the regular 1 through 9 in the 80s. And when I count up to the 60s, I'm going to bring in the 1 through 9, but not in the 70s and 90s. Okay, I bring it up differently, which possibly can be telling me all along that 7, 8, and 9 are in a different construct. Because in order to get 7, you need to combinate 2 parts. From this dice cube, you see it's the entire pole. It's 14 around and 7 up and down. 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 5 and 7. 5 and 7 is moon, 5 and 7 is birth, male and female. It'll also create 47, which is time, energy, Jesus, cross, Muhammad. It is also the center of all numbers, 74. I'm just trying to see what number. 2, 3, and 4 over here. Inside the area of 369 is a total of 234. And it's relevant in this star over here. Is it relevant in any other star than that one? It's relevant in this star here. But do we use this one over here? Yes, we use that row here. Just trying to think if we use that row anywhere else. I think every single one has to be relevant twice. If I put this one down here and this one down here. Anyways, okay, I'm not going to get into that part. I don't want to skip over. Gold, silver, and bronze. But before I get into that, I have to go over what I missed, what I didn't talk about. I didn't even finish this last piece. Okay, let me see. Let me just go back. Two 11s is 22, constructing what is 8. John is a very important word. I forget. I have to go to the John. And every time you use that word, very important word. Yes, in fact, the part that's important more about this word is the J-O. It begins the word, and it's 10 and 15. So it's 2 times 5, and it's 3 times 5. So it's the house of BC, right? The other thing of that, it's 1 and 6. It's the extension of the cube. It's 1, 6, 8, 5. 1, 6, 8, 5. Wow, 7 and 13 also, which is 2 parts of the cycle of the Mayan, the 7s and the 13. 8 and 5 come together in the center. And the one, I'm just trying to, it's at 25. And yeah, J and O is 25. So that's a 7. H and N is 13, and that's a 4. So inside the word John is also 7 and 4, if I got that right. 25, 33, 43, 47. Right. Okay, so yes, I did, I guess. Okay, so let me get back. Let me try and wind my head on straight over here if I could. So even though we have all these eights, right? This 8 and this 8 and this 8, they're not all the same eights because of their mathematics. Number 53 is going to equal to 23. And 62 is going to equal to 20. And 44 is going to equal to 24. So I like these, only one difference. So what it is it's 16 and 8 equals to 24. So what it is 15 and 8 equals to 23. And what this is 12 and 8 equals to what is 20. This one is ape, T-minus counting, ape, your base creation. This is your cube. This is your 3, 8, 11 coming together. Where does 3 and 8? It comes together from 11, 11, 11, 13, 31, and 33. 3, 6, 7, 8. It comes together cut from the split. And it's just so magical that the split are the odds in the game of craps are on the cubes of 7 to 6, of 8 and 6. Earth and Mars, 51 and 52, 103. The initials are JC. It also shows up in September. It also holds course for Mercury, noting that Mercury starts with ME. It's part of the Sun. It's part of the 456 Federation. This is a 12. What this does over here is the 13th and the 5th letter. If you're playing the game of pool, you'll be talking about orange. You talk about orange, you're going to be talking about the red and the yellow. Number 27 and number 92, 9/11, coming together to create this orange color. For the 9th planet, the planet called after the name of the dog Pluto, where Goofy held the leash. Where Goofy held the leash. Goofy, 7, 6, 6, 6, 7. Let's go 7, 9, 7, bringing the center closer together in our birth of the gateway of the pig. 77 is for matter. 7, 9, 7 is pig. Pig equals to 32. It equals to what is the ram? I didn't say Mars. 16 and 9 is 25 and 7, 32. It equals to the ram, which is also noted to be Bélier, which is also the lamb, L-A-M-M-A. So when you're looking for am in A-M, can it come out of the lamb, L-A-M-B? Am is supposed to be for your soul in the French word. B sounding is in the E family. Can I exchange it for the E? 2 and 3 before the creation of the Christ, right. Here we have 6, and here, if we count down, it's 6 and 11 for 66. We count it down, it's 6 and 2. This will equal to 20. Back to Mars again. So we have the 103, we have the 103, we have the 103. Do we know about what 104 is? Right, 10-4, or we're not going to jump into that. We didn't do the gold, silver, bronze. Of course, it's money. It all relates to number 8. So when we do all of this, these are our combinations. And then these are all our voids down here. This void shows up with the moon, and this one over here shows up with your gate. This combination right over here breaks the 7th gate between 5 and 7. 57 is for moon. 57 is Heinz. The word H-I-N-Z, or your headquarters, resigns right over here. 8 and 26 equals 34. The Q headquarters is in the Red Republic. 43 is for red, 43 is Republican, 34 is for blue, 34 is cold, and that's for Democrat. And that's where this one shows up. But when you have it for QZ, you have 43, so you have hot. You have the hot DC. Here you have the cold CD, which means the video recording. 43, 34, 77 amongst them. This is your invert of your 6 and 8. 88, 88. In 88, you have the word window. In 88, you have the word purple. You have the word Pegasus. The frame of Monopoly, where the properties are 88 individual areas that make up the board, what is below, what you don't see, area space. Microsoft, Windows 88, Windows is 88, Microsoft 10, ABCD 11, EF 11, ABCD 10, EF 11, equaling to your 21. Let me look a little bit deeper. What I didn't talk about. Oh yes, there was one thing I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'm going to leave it for another video. It was, one of them was operator. Now operator is 108 and it fits inside the sun systems. To operate, it equals to number 80, which is an extension from 88. Okay. And it's funny that 80 is 28 or one cycle away from operator. The word Taurus, the word rat is an operator, telling me about Saturn. Saturn is connected as the polarity in numbers to a central number, right, of Saturn. Saturn and Mars come together, and Saturn has the word sun inside of it, divided up by the word rat. Like you would have S-A-T, so you have two letters, and U-R-N, so the R is in there. So, anyways, that word is 88. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and everybody knows this, and I'm going to maybe bring it up in my next video. I think I have to look for it. I lost it online here. Oh yeah, here it is. You know, not sure if you can see this. Let me see if I can remove this. Okay, let me see if we can, just hold on a second. Yeah, okay, so what this is when we go down here, right? When we go down here, right? This is not the end of this equation, right? And I don't know if I want to do the equation here or just do it in a short video after, not waste anybody's time. But these are all equations over here. And you notice the way this one here reflects this one here, and this one reflects here, and everything works off of this base here, 10, 11, 12. So I don't need to use the 99 numbers. As long as I come out to this number over here, I know that when we go to the next number over here, it's going to be a blank area. So when we go out to this, area of 19, 20, 21, it equals to 60, right? It equals to 60. So here it was only equal to 6. So here it only becomes 10 times the area. 10 is when it finishes its cycle. So it's in between two voids, right? So it's in between two voids. So that's why I don't have to start again. I have my 1, 2, 3 ABC cycle. Then I have this. Then I have this, GHI. Then I'm going to go 10, 11, 12, equaling to 33, and then I have 13, 14, 15 equaling to 45. My numbers have just ended, and then you have 16, 17, 18 equals to 54. Now I have a joint side of departure, so I can start from this side, and then I go to 19, 20, 21 equaling to 60. So you notice in here there was only one number, and in here there's only one number. So when I go to the next area of 22, 23, 24, right, it equals to 69. So that 69 is level 2 of 15. 6 plus 9 equals to 15. So now I'm going to go 25, 26, 27 equals to 78. And 78 reverts me back to 15. Now I'm going to go 28, 29, 30. And this is going to equal to 87. So now I have another area just like I had over here. So this area repeated right over here. So now I've repeated the 15. I repeated my voided area here, only one number, right? Then over here it starts to repeat at 15. Now we got 31, 32, 33 equals to 96. That's another 15, but now I have this extension where both of these now fit into my 96. You see, there was nothing when it repeated, no area space, nothing extra. Now I got a full area space in between this 96 and this 69. Now we're going to go 34, 35, and 36. Now this goes to 105. There is no 1 and 5, but it completes back to this area and this area, and it now completes the full areas. So when I go 37, 38, and 39, okay, it equals to 24, 114. There is no area like that, but I now have my 11, which becomes 24. And then when I go to 40, 41, 42, I now get our 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, or now I have my A, B, C coming back to what is the center of the lower and the higher numbers. 18 is your halfway point between counting. Now that we reached this over here, we got back to our original 33. If we would count it 4, 4, and 4, that equals to 12, 1 and 2 equals to 3. We now come back to 33. So it's telling me about my ABC. Now, the other one is 43, 44, 45. We have to understand a construct to where we no longer need to use the numbers because we come back to the bottom. Or maybe all the numbers below 60 should never be used because they're already being used. You see, 70 is already telling me I have 60. 80 is telling me I have 20, and 70 is telling me I have 10, where 90 puts the 20, the 10, and the 80 together. So now I'm left with 10, 20, 60, 70, 80, and 90 all together. So all I'm missing is 30, 40, and 50 to explain where that comes from. Now we can already see that 30 is these two coming together, the 20 and the 10. That means I'm going to put together what's in the 70s, okay, to what's in the 80s, to what's in the 90s. I must put them all together because in the 80s I'm using the 20, and in the 70s and the 90s, in the 90s I'm using the 20 and the 10, and in the 70s I'm using 10. I must bring these all three together. Did you follow what I'm saying? And then when we string out these numbers, it's the same thing. 147, 147, 147, 147, 147, and now we string it together this way. So now we can see we had 1 in the center of the numbers. We have 4 in the center of the numbers here. We have 1 in the center of the numbers there, and we continue on. Did you notice we got these last 2 in the box over here? So when we switch this on, I'm just going to do it over here, right? Where I have 1, 4, and 7. They're all outside the box. So now I'm going to have to swing only 3 of them, like that. So now I have 4 in the middle, 1 in the middle, 7 in the middle. And now I'm going to have 7 to start. And until this string ends, I have not finished off this equation. That's basically how it works. So now that I've come up to here, right, in this area, 43, 44, 45, this equals to 1. Did I get that right? 4, 4, and 4 equals to 12. 3, 4, and 5 equals to 12. I think we ended it at 12, 12, 12, and our numbers end at 45 in base. Adding 1 through 9, it equals to 45, and here I've enclosed my 1, 2, 3 ABC with 1, 3. So here, if you take a look, it finishes off with BC 2, 3, 3, 2, the female and the male. And if you look at the horse racing, the 2 and 3 between the thoroughbreds and the harness, they exchange numbers. I mean, they exchange colors. but the 1 always remains red. Even in certain games, and okay, 1 is always going to stay the same, never changing its suit onto the other side. So I'm going to continue on my own with this. I'm not sure what you understood. I don't know if you want to have some questions. If I find something else, I really don't want to open up any can of worms right now. If you want to know more about 1776, I just showed you that piece on 1776. If you want to see the 99 stars, sorry, the 50 stars on the flag, I'm ripping this out because I'm going to redo it. But if we want to see, wow, did I have something written on a page back here? Yeah, I did. If we want to see some of the stars, right, we got these stars on the flag, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what it is? Is it 5 by 6 or 6 by 5? I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to see if this works out. I don't know if it works out. We're going to have to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 5. So we have 30 stars. So now what I have to get is I have to get 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I now have 30 and 20 stars. Now let's see what's in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I've got 18 void to 19, 20, 21. I should have put stars. 1, 6, and 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, it's 18 and 18? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let me do that again. 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 18. Why did I put 21? So now I got 18 and 18, 36 on the outside. So what do I have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5, right? I have 5. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20. I have, wait a second, I only wanted to count the outside. So I have 5, and 5 is 10, 11, 12. I have 14. 14 in the second rim. 14 dots. This is the first rim. This is the second rim. So we have 14 dots and then 1, 2. Let me see what we got on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, the rim has got 14 void. Wow, it looks like we have the 36 cycle to the moon. And then we have the third rim. And in the third rim, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 dot, well, I should have put it here. We have 10 dot in that rim. And then we have, Let me just sharpen this. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 void. This is on the third rim. I should have. On the third rim. So we have, now we have the rest. Now let me count this. Now we have 1, 2, 3. Look at that. We have 3, 3 and 3. That's all we have is 3 and 3 is we have 6. Oh, I don't want to put it there. We have 6 dot, and this is the fourth rim. We have 6 dot and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's our freedom point, and 6 void. Let me see if I got this right. And then we got in the center, right? Look at that. Look at that center, right? This is what was left over, is these 3 marks over here. We have 2 dot and 1 void. That was the beginning of everything. The 2 dot and the 1 void was the beginning on the 5th rim. So now if we add these all up, what do we get? 36 and 28 is 64, 74, 84, 96, 97, 98, 99 area space occupied by 50 stars and 49 voids. The 9 birth of the 4th planet Mars, 94 times 2, whichever way you want to look at it. But that's what it is. That's your 50 stars. And the number of space that it took up, does it work out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 11 equals to 99. And you took up 99 stars. So now if we come back here and we look at the star system, well, we can see them right here on the flag. And this, we can still run our game here, right? We can still run our game. We can have a 9 area, right? And in this 9 area, I got 5 and 4. But in this 9 area, right, I got 4 and 5. So the stars turn over from the odd numbers to the even numbers. And in this area over here, it's the same thing. So we can ask that question, so I got 3 here, and then I've got 3 over here. So what this is telling me with this over here, it means now when I move back this way, I'm going to have to move these 3 rows, right? I'm going to have to move to here, and then I'll move to here. How many times I move over? 1. Then I moved over, start from here is 2, start from here is 3, start from here is 4, start from here is 5, start from here is 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to do this 9 times. And then how many times can I bring it down? Here's my first time. Here's my second, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth. 7. 7 times and 9 times, whatever that number is moving over. Yes, 7 times 9 is 63. 9 times 9 is 81. So I would have 21 and 27. 3 and 9. And what this means is how many times can I create this on the movement, right? I think there's more times than that. I think there's also shifting this way, which instead of starting there, I start here, get 1, and here I get 2, then here I get 3, then here I get 4, then here I get 5, then here I get 6. And then I start from here, right? Or I start from here, then I start from here. Then I start from here, then here. So there's a bunch of more combinations, making all my combinations of 9 numbers or of 4 numbers. 4 for Mars, 9 for Earth. I'm not sure whoever showed up here late for that explanation. I hope you understood it, or please do not hesitate to ask me. I just want to see what's written down here. You know, it's funny that you spoke about that, right? Virgo and stuff. Is also to know the Heinz system. That's your 6 dice, what you can do with the 6 dice, because you can jump over the 1 dot when you move over the 1 dot. I was just looking at this. Aries and Capricorn. Okay. Why did I put Aries and Capricorn together? Why did I put Taurus and Aquarius together, Gemini and Pisces? Aries is the first, Capricorn is the 10th. They're both number 1. Then we have Taurus is the 2nd, and Aquarius is the 11th. 1 and 1 is 2. Pisces is the 12th, and Gemini is the 3rd. So each one of these duplicate. And so does the 3, 4, 5, and 6 duplicate on the cube. So we have to find out where our singularities and where our duplicates are. So all those that are single, right? And then we have Sagittarius. Okay, now I'm going to show you something else. Hold on a second. I don't like the way. Just give me a break to get a glass of water. I want to see if my other camera works, so I'm just going to be changing cameras for a second.
Oh, okay. Wow, where's the camera? Yeah, so I'm just going to put it down here. I just want to get a glass of water, take a 1-minute break for those who can handle waiting for just a minute. I don't know, I just can't make anything go where I want it to go, you know? One second. Just 1 second. I got to get a glass of water. Maybe I should put on some music. Papers all over the place. Papers all over the place. Oh boy, I'm just looking for something. I don't know where I put it. Just give me a second. I'm going to have a glass of water. You want to go to the bathroom? Go ahead. But I lost something. Got to pick something up. Something stuck in my pocket. Give me a minute. Where did I put it? Maybe it's on the floor. No, it's not. Maybe it's over here. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, just 1 second. Just want to boil up a little bit more water for a little tea. If anybody's got a little space on an island somewhere, send me a ticket. I'm coming down. Set me up with a computer, some paper, some pens, and we can work out from some island somewhere in the who knows where we can have a little bit of peace of mind. So let me see where I'm going with this next piece. Let me see where I'm going with this next piece. Hold on a second. Just had a buzz. You know what's funny? Somebody mentioned to me just now. They said maybe you should start up your other camera because you sound like a can of Coke. And I did set up my other camera. Music. I would sing for the entertainment. I usually get a little shy when people are watching me. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, and I see that just like a whole bunch of people showed up now, and I'm like deep into the start of this. So if there's somebody that wants to ask me any questions, I do want to speak about. If you want, we can go back to the importance of 7 and 9. Why did they? Why did they? I don't know. I can tell you what happened. Okay, that the one on your telephone has no letters. Okay, I have to. The one on the telephone has no letters. Okay, just let me fix this. I can't stand. I wish I can get this all done. I'm playing with the cameras. It just takes away from me being capable of having a like a straight thought. Okay, so now number one on the telephone. Okay, and I did this already, but there's a lot more people. So just in case somebody didn't see, somebody wants to see, I'm going to bring this up. And then I'm going to go back to 1771, 1881, and explain some of those numbers. And I'm just going to show you this little piece, right? Now, what happens is we have the Q and the Z, right, which is the 17th and the 26th letter. So let me get rid of this in front of me. Equaling to 43. One and 7 equals to 8. 2 and 6 equals to 8. Equals to 16. Equals to 7. Equals to 7. They were once located, okay, on number 7 and on number 9. Somebody just buzzed me. I have to take a check. Sorry, I don't like getting interrupted, but I hate interruptions. I don't know how to turn some of them off. Okay, so here we had P, Q, R, S. And then over here, okay, we had W, X, Y, Z. But the total of this, or the numbers in here, are these numbers. And that totals 70. The total in WXYZ are 23, 24, 25, and 26. I just want to note that A came out of the game from its position. B came into the game, but was not played by the B position. It was played by the E position. The A came out of the game and it infiltrated in the 6th position, 6A and B5. 6A and B5, 1 and 2. It just so happens that in the game of pool, right, the 11 and the 3, okay, are the same color. And it's just ironic that the totals here of each one are 9, 11. This one will be 27. This one will be 41. 7 and 2, 9. 4 and 1, 5. It just so happens that 5 and 4, 9 is also what is 2 and 3, 5. It just so happens that A, B, C, D, where we're going to use the A, B, C to where the B, C, D is, to where the 6 and 9 come in, to where in one world, in the other world, and this is what brings the 6 and 9 world together in the mathematics of 3 by 3, 9, and 3 plus 3 equaling to 6. Noted that 33 is 8 and 2, 10, 6 and 6, 12, 7 and 4, 11, 10, 11, 12, 33. To where 5 and 8 is 13, to where 6 and 2 is 8, to where 6 and 6 is 12, 33. 10, 15, sorry, 14, and 9, 33. So when we cross counting 33, 33, 33, that's where we get our 99. If I just count 2 of the 33s with the 11, I get 77. If I count 22 plus my 11, I get my 33. Just so happens that they all equal to 74. Now, whether you use it as 7, use it as 4, 7 and 4 is 11. So if you take 11 or 110 and then take away number 7, what happens to that tower? So now they build back a tower, 104. We no longer have 110 stories. But by the way, when you add up 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, it equals to 111. But if you go onto the roof of the building, you're then going to have 111 stories above the ground. Above, starting with 1 and 2, above, over the ground. So you're 111. That's your 222 from 2 towers, didn't go down at 220. Your 2 towers, 2 by 110, went down at 220, right? And your 220 and 220 create your 440. But the actual thing was, it was 111 by 2, equaling to 222. So it could have been 444 and not 440. But they refused to count the truth because there's a building, there's a whole floor. There's one floor, but there's only one singular thing with a door, and it's the leads to the roof from the stairwell. Monkey is your 11 and your 22, and your 22 is 11 and 11. You remember that 111 that we had? Well, ace in blackjack is 11, and you can have 2 aces. Before you split the aces, you'll have a maximum of 12, but you'll have 1 of 1 and 1 of 11. And my phone doesn't stop going off. It wants me to update, but it only wants to upgrade for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So we did this little piece. So what does this do over here? Well, this is where my creation comes in. This is where my half-life comes in, right here. One area, I got 8 left over. 6 areas, I got 3 left over. So how does 11 do it? 11 equals to 1 and 2 equals to what is 3C. So your K, or Kansas City 11, in which stays the same as the red ball in pool, the 3 and the 11, becomes the connecting 3 and 2 ball, but the 11 is noted to be black, as 2 is black, as 3 is red. So when they bring in 3 red, they're bringing in a red when a black is involved. The discolor, the darker color. And I base this off of roulette. We can also use this as the even number. But what's funny about even and odd is that when it's even, it comes without hearts. And I'm saying that because if I split up these 2 sides, let me just do it this way. Hold on a second. Let me just do it like that. I split up these 2 sides. Now, I didn't split it up evenly. I split it up evenly between the left and the right. I can split it up evenly both ways. And because it's done this way, I like to call this one what fits into Mars. But we can go Venus, Mars, or how about double Venus for W? 22nd letter, 23rd letter. 23 and 22 is 45. The numbers come together at 45. We're going to stay away from that. It's number 23. It's also noted to be 4. This is where the mirror world begins. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. What, we didn't do the A, B, C, D? Oh, yeah, we did. Well, that's 10. And when you get to 10, it's 1 plus 0 equals to 1. It turns over again at number 19, the same way you come to the second half. After 180, you see the other half. From 190 to 360 is the other half, 180, 180. Also, here is your 180. Hold on a second. I seem to have lost part of my trend of thought. Why did I say it that way? Anyways, this flips over on my fourth part. If it flips over, do I need to get to 18? What number do I need to get to? Right? Is it 4 times 1? 4 times each of these? This one's going to end up turning into 16. This one will turn into 4. The reason for that, I shouldn't have said that, but it goes along with this. Just let me turn off my phone here. To where before everything comes into format, I need to add this up 4 times, continuing up to 36 for the 360 degrees, right? So where was I with this? So we got the double Venus. Now for Earth, right, I need 2 lines. I need 2 lines for Earth, right? So this is the Mercury part. And Mars becomes what is the 22? And Earth becomes what is the 33? And again, 22, 33, which becomes DF 64, the operator, 0. We have in this one over here, this is 28. This is your cycle. This is your cycle in Mars. These are your angels. This is your 17 standing on the wing. This over here is the same thing as the male and the female bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah, except this is on the other side of the alphabet. The alphabet gets a shift. What was 29 will become 39. It becomes the angels. So I see it as the divided angels. And the reason for this, okay, is because of what happens in numbers on the second side, and it starts with number 29, and number 29 comes from 2 worlds where A and D, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, will give me 5 and 4. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4, right? I'm going to show you how it reduces and comes to be. Let me see where I have to start it from. Should I start it from Mars number? So when we multiply 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, I get 5 and 6, and 5 times 6, equaling to 11, equaling to 30. When I add the 30, it equals to, look, I got my 41. When I minus the 11, it equals to my 19. Now my 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, equals to my 4, equals to my 5. To where my 4 times 5, 4 plus 5, equals to what is 20, equals to 9. It equals to that IT system, or number 29. So I went from what is 6 over to 11, and I finish off with, depending where you want to go. You see this last, this is your passage in the sun, your sun system, the IT system. Maybe perhaps why they call it the suit, the 4 suits. Now, can it stand for 4 suits, 4 circles? As you take this color spectrum and put it over this color spectrum. And where would we run our other color spectrums, right? Can I continue on my color spectrum here? And what would I be doing for my color spectrum? I'm just trying to understand, and I'm just going to put amateur and professional. Finishes with electronic resident angel. This can be alternative. This is 13. This is through the moon, right? And you can see it's sky pass over here. Here, location 21, 21 in blackjack, 21. Here in AMA, it says the soul before it becomes the professional and becomes the S of the soul. inside of what is pro is number, just give me a second, 16 at 34, 44, 49. Yeah, 49, 13, 38, and 5 is 33. I'm just trying to figure out what it was. F and E is 11. SS is 38, right? O and N is 29, and this is 9. It's funny, right? Here you got 13 becomes 4. O and N is 29. Oh, there's a 1 over here. This is very interesting. Let me mark this word bigger. I just want to see that that's the way we spell it. Professional.
Here's the definition of professional: relating to or belonging to a profession.
Okay, so we have these three here. So this is 33. This is 33, 7, 6, 11. No, okay. These three here equal to a total of 49. These two equal to a total of 11. These two equal to 38. This one equals to 9. This equals to 29. This equals to 13. So this will be 4, 2, 2, 9, 2, 4. I had it worked out the other day. Right. Sorry, if I would have added these two together, right? I should have did that. I'm going to add them together. These three together equals 38. So I no longer have that. So I now have 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. But before I got any of these twos, okay, they were all 11s. So I have 4, 11, 11, or 4, 2, 2, 2 is 4, 6, 4, showing me who's in control, the professional in control of the game. This 1 and 4, and the reason I brought this up is to see that when you're using 1 and 4, you're coming from the ABC, you're coming from the two spectrums, about the 9, the birth world, and this. Somehow we were reduced into this world from this world. 60 seconds, 90 seconds on the clock. If we would have 90 seconds on the clock, okay, we would have 1.5 more time. And they pay off the 1.5 more in blackjack for the time, because they converted us through these cubes, reducing our value or whatever it is, or maybe slowing down our communication. So now we need more time to think. Now we have, imagine you have in between space to think, that you're all alone thinking on your own and somebody says something. Now they interrupted your trend of thoughts. Now you're either going to think what they thought, add it on to what you thought, and completely forget about what your first decision was. And now you have to rethink it. The same thing, it comes for 1 and 9, A and I. In EMA, right, it starts with an I, and ABBA, right, starts with a 1. So they're two different worlds, these two worlds. They say two different things because 1 and 8, because of the, I'm going to show it to you again. I'm quite sure those who are here, 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. And now we didn't count 9. 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6. Now we didn't count 1. So it shows me the mother's in the 9, the father gets the 1. But the father, okay, imagine that sperm becomes the tadpole, grows legs, becomes the body of what the mother performs in the soul. A and I bringing two worlds together. So it's in the female, you get the AM. So possibly in the male, you get the PM. So I'm trying to see where else I was. I jumped over a piece. Yes, we were talking about the telephone here. I'm going to get back to that in a second. Right. So like in this equation, you either have the 1 or you have the 9. And then there's the cubic situation, the 7, right? It's either you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So either you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? In this scenario, Or in the scenario of this cube, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there's not only that. Well, I'm telling you for a reason. You see this 1, you won't see a 6. And then when you see a 6, you don't see the 1. See the sun, communications in the sun. This equals to 15. That's where Mars comes in. And then this one equals to 20. T minus counting. So, and then after that, you get 3, 5, 6, 1, 2. And then you get 4, 5, 6, 1, 3. And then you get 5, 6, 1, 3, 4. And then you get 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each one of these, right, if you're going to count in the first one over here, you have 15. In the second, you have 20. In the third one, right, you went 15, 20. And then what happens at C? You have 17. And then what happens over here? You have 18. And then what happens over here? You get 19. And what happens over here? You have, whoop, I did that again, right? You have 20. Okay, so while this one and this one, they're the same, the first and the last. So you have, why didn't you have 16? No, there's something missing here. 1, okay, 15, 17, 19, 15, 16, I have 19 here. How come I don't have it here? 7, 8, this is 19. 1, 4, 5, hold on a second. Did I make a mistake here? Yeah, I did. 4, 5, 6, 2. This is a 2. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so I have 18. So this is what the answer is over here. I should take out the top row or the bottom row. So in these answers here, you have 6. How come I don't have 16? There's got to be a mistake here. 1, oh, hold on a second. 2, 3, 4, 6, 1. 7, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so it says 16. Ici, t'es 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. These are your numbers, 13, 21, 30, 33 is left over. What this is here is I took these numbers and I added to a single digit. 1 and 5, 6. 1 and 6, 7. 1 and 7, 8. 1 and 8, 9. 1 and 9, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 0 is 2. So it can be, I can keep this at 42 or 33. So I add this, Earth and Mars come together right over here. When you have these two, your 6 and your 5 are sitting on the butt. 1 and 2 are standing up. This is what's standing up when these two are on the bottom. So these are the stories being told. These are the stories being told. You're standing on 17. So if you're standing on 17, right, you'd have to be looking at 3. And now you're standing on 17. So if you're standing on 3, you're standing on your creation. The 4 is gone. Anyways, I think I've been out here long enough. Getting a little bit tired. I think I'm talking over myself. Well, I believe we stand on 17 because that's our base creation, and we're always with our base creation. It never lives. It never leaves us. We stand on 17 maybe because we've been chopped up into earth quarters, right? And we've been divided up into earth quarters. So it could be that reason. It could be any way, but hold on a second. I wanted to finish this with the ATM, right? So when we remove this 17, the 7 becomes 53, right? And the 9, right, here we remove 17, and here we remove 26. So this one, this answer over here, which was once, I think, 98, is now 72. So what was once before, right, 7 and 8 have now become 8 and 9. So was there really ever a 9 birth? Was there ever really a 9 birth? We added up those numbers before. If we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we never had a 9 birth. That's what it seems like to me, right? We could have had an 8 birth. See this one over here? Stop that. You want to see what all the numbers stop at? Just give me a second. We have 6. Then we have, hold on, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, D, E, F. We have, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24, 33, 42, 51, 51, 60, 69, 78, 87, 96. So did we ever have a 9 birth? 15, 1 and 5, 6. 9 and 6, 15, 1 and 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So our birth is 6 by 16 equaling to 96. So that becomes 60 and 36. Our birth of 11 valued at 63, his birth is in 1963. And 63 years later, or 62 and into the 63rd year, will be possibly the coming of whoever that was between the 0 and the 3rd year. When Jesus came to be born, we counted the years. Now the symbol has already been born. So we're counting between 0 and 3 years. And right now, we're in that. I'm just trying to see. This is the year we're in right now. This year is ending. 5784 is ending. You see this? When you look at this, this was the beginning and the end. This was 5775, 5784. This is when the new era began, and this is the first term of it, moving into this term. Do you follow what I'm saying? We're 60s from the 60s. The Hebrew calendar, they run by a moon that runs with the numbers 5784 this year, and it's very pertinent. The year 2000, okay, was actually a reset because it was 4 times 1440 what the day is. When man was born, okay, it was into the second stage of the set. We had day 1, day 2, day 3, reset. Day 5, day 6, day 6 is when we were born. We were born in the beast cycle. So then there was 2 more stages into that reset, being born on day 6. Then day 7, when when the days took a rest, is they had to stop there. Otherwise, it was going to be another reset. Inside of 8 becomes the reset. And just to take this back one more time, is that Valentine, not a teen, it's a tine. It's not an E, it's an E and an I, they invert from each other. So this is not a Valentine, it's a Valentine. So I'm not sure what that means. Also to say that anything to do in the teens, right, could be from 13 all the way up to 19. In French, they use TH for fourth all the way up to IETH inside of 20th. Here we stop with our teens. In French, these teens are used again when you reach 73 all the way up to 79, and then used again at 93 all the way up to 99. Now, it's not actually true, but I'm going to explain to you why I say this. In French, when they say 73, they're going to go 60 and 13. Now, although they don't go 13, they go 13, okay? 13 is always 13, remains 13, right? If we go 13th, I add on the TH, but I'm not sure if there's a terminology in French, so I mix the 2 up together. And by mixing the 2 up together, I start at 73, okay? and I go all the way up to what is 60 and 19, the teen. But now it gets broken up again because in French as well, okay, when they say this, they really say 10 and 9, and don't say lightning. Or they'll say 10 and 8. Or they'll say 10 and 7. And the cuckoo thing about this is if I went backwards, this would be ABC, 1, 2, 3. 10 minus 9, 10 minus 8, 10 minus 7. We have a countdown. We're going the other way now. 10 minus 6 is 4. But they don't have 10, 6. It's a one word and it's size. But we have it in 16. And that would be my D. And that's where the mirror would come in at 16. And it's ironic that the split comes in on 1 and 6, where the 3 and 8 also standing for monkey comes in to where 11, 11, 11, 11 come in because of the consequences of the math. 11, 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 and 1 equals 3. Then we have the cube. 9 and 9, 18 minus 7, 11. 9 and 9, 18 minus 7, 11. So it happens again, but this time because we have two 11s, we mark it as 22. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4, 8. So we have 44 and 1 and 2, bringing it to that factor. So this is what happens with this. And then it happens, like I said, it happens in the 90s, but it's not the same in the 80s, which is in the 90s. In the 80s, we say 81 all the way, not like 91 where it becomes ohms, right? So we say it in the lower. So when we get into the 90s, we're also using number 1. Although we're saying 11, it's inside the 20s because we have to go 4 times 20, right? Plus the 10. Even though I'm saying this into my full configuration of 11, I'm also going to consider that when I count in my 20s, I'm going to be saying 21 in this. So I would have to split up. Although this is bringing it all into full form, it's telling me all my houses have the single digits. Only when I reach the 90s do I understand that it's about the tens, that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if you're getting my drift. That happens in the 80s. So 7 and 9 are very pertinent in everything. And when we get to 7 and 9, 7 equals to 13, 9 equals to 14, or 31, or 41, right? Whichever one you want, which is this equals to 6 and 7 equals to 13, and this equals to what is 10 and 21 equaling to 31, and this equals to this, which equals to 8 and 6 equals to 14. Well, this is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8 equals to 14. Right? Or you want to go with 65, which is equal to 30 and 11 equaling to 41. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5, 30 and 11 equaling to 41. So that's where these numbers would come in. So what would this tell me? Would this say 44 and 55? 81? Can I look at it that way? What would I get through this number? I'll get 24. This one I'll get 35. Then this one I'll get 14, right? And then after that, I'll end up with 29 at the end of this one. This one over here, I'll end up with 29. Both of them will be 11. Both of them will be 2 and 2. Then it'll work out to what is 8. And everything works out to 8 at the end. Not when you're working with all the numbers, but when you're working with these numbers. And then if you take a look, okay, at these numbers a little bit closely, 2 and 4 is 6, 3 and 5 is 8. So I go ahead and I take a look. 3 and 5 is 8, to where 4 and 2 is 6. So I don't know who made up this magic that it works out here because it works out here. because of the mathematics makes it work out. It has nothing to do with me. It's the truth of the construction, the blueprints, the construct of this planet put into every single game, because there's only been one master, okay, that we know of. The one single person who to life's pedia, to all the information that has ever existed, born from one entity, put into this game to rest, EST, R and an EST. It wasn't a rest. And don't say it was a test. Don't say it was a mistake with the letter, that we did all the best. It was where each and every single one of us were made in the same image. And in that image, everybody had a certain free autonomy to themselves, to where that no matter what they did, it still goes back into one thing. For every breath you take, there was information that got exhaled from your breath. For every thought you had that went in and outside your mind, the electronics were working and everything was written down. So all this information is into a central system where we had free will. Now, since everybody was you are everybody in the world, you made a world that will run by you. You needed a little excitement in the world. And you did come up with a few laws that if you were driving a car this way and I was driving a car this way, we don't want them to smash each other, because I'd be taking out the information that you're getting all the secrets from me of the world. Yeah, because if I was everybody, I'd have all the secrets. So there's certain secrets that other people who are like me, because we have both sides of the story, we always have to keep the good, understand what the good is and how to learn what is good is by doing evil, as much as destruction as we can. Every time you chop a tree down, that's called destruction or destroying. And then we rebuild it back up. How should we look at this? Did you ruin the forest? What did you do? Did you use what you can grow as life to give life and to take life and to give life and to take life? And how does it all breathe? How does it know? That energy, the matter and the energy, the hydrogen, the helium, the oxygen, whatever it is, oxygen, OXY 667, whatever it is that keeps the animal of us alive, that we're capable of thinking, is one of the reasons we're here, because we're not who we think we are. We are so much more. And perhaps only in death will we ever know, but I would like to hopefully one day that we can bring all this perfect math and the star system, explaining where 7 is, figuring out where the configuration of these numbers came in, because it's absolutely perfect. And it's not because of my math and looking at the total numbers are 518 representing Mars, or 81 representing Venus, or 80 or 58 representing 2, or 81 representing both ways of Jupiter. Jupiter makes Venus go both ways, a multiplication and an addition. Right in Jupiter is a star system within itself. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I got to rewrite a lot of things here. I got a lot in front of me. If you can help out the channel, that would be great. I'm going to leave my email down here. And if you want to send me a message, I'm not sure how I can receive anything. PayPal is, for some reason, not working. So I'm just going to leave this email. And I would greatly appreciate it if the entire planet would send me 2 cents. That would be, in fact, if everybody would just send me a 10-cent can that they found on the street. That's it. The problem with that is the transport to share and to be harmonious with everybody just doesn't work. So I'd say everybody take a nickel out of their pocket, give it to their neighbor. By the time it gets to me, there'll be nothing left. What a crazy world we live. But we do have the internet. So here is my email. And thank you very much for watching. Peace and love. And let the art, our alphabet is a hieroglyph of a put together of dots and dashes. Our numbers are a hieroglyph of putting together of dots and dashes. And all these dots and dashes are going to be telling us our understanding of who we are to each other, and why we have to stop listening to all these books and sorry to say it, and the altered gist of religion, the altered gist of these gods, where remember, not everything everybody says, okay, is going to be on the basis of the choice of a right decision because of the analytics of the situation, and not a 2 + 2 = 4 situation, unless 2/2 becomes a mixture and a double up of what 4 is. And it's that Venus world that doubled us up between animal and manimal. We became less than and more than. We're not as strong, we're not as fast as most. Are we as intelligent? Thank you for watching this video.